Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. On today's video, we're going to be talking about the cost of using cash. Now, I know that this might sound strange. A lot of people are saying only use cash when you buy things. And I think it's really important to understand that whatever decision we make, whether it's with our time, with our money, or regardless, there are other consequences to that, short-term and long-term. So when we talk about cash, I'm not just talking about using actual physical dollars. Like I'm talking about whether you use a debit card, whether you use a credit card, whether you use cash, and you make a decision, and by that decision, you're transferring money to one account, i.e. your bank account, and transferring it to something else. It could be to buy a car, which I have an example. It could be to buy real estate. It could be to give away to someone that needs the money. It could be to buy a latte. I don't care what it is. It could be paying the US government taxes. But once you transfer this dollar, there's a cost to that. And the cost really goes to what this dollar could do for you in this other account. So we have to understand that every decision we make has a short-term and long-term consequence. By you watching me today, you're unable to do other things. There's a cost to that. You might be missing out on the best video of your life because you're watching me. That's called opportunity cost. The same thing goes with our money. We always have to understand that every decision we make has consequences. So an example could be is that if I go spend this dollar or lose it, it's gone forever. Okay, it's no longer able to earn for me ever again. Now it might be in an investment, it might be in a real estate property, and hopefully that thing does well, but that $20 in this example or whatever is gone forever. Now the point that I want to make is in this video, I have two other shorter clips that I did a while back, and I used a program called Circle of Wealth, and it's just a phenomenal way to show people different principles about money. And I just walked through just two short examples. One was the true cost of paying cash for a car. I'm not saying don't pay cash for a car. I'm saying there's a true cost more than just the cost of the vehicle. And so we just look at that, and I think it's eye-opening to be like, wow, this one decision can cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars over my lifetime. The other short video is looking at three types of people. It's people that go into debt for everything in their life. I think all of us can agree that just going into debt and paying interest, there's a lack of freedom and there's interest that is associated with that, and it's not really a great thing. So then a lot of people become savers like myself. This is what I did early in my life, and paying cash for college and cars and all these things. And that's what I did. I didn't want to pay anyone interest, so I saved up money, and it was the equivalent of saving up money, crumpling it up, and throwing it away. And then there's a third type of person, which is a wealth creator. Now, a wealth creator is a person that saves money. You have to have that discipline, but ultimately makes the most efficient long-term decision when they're purchasing something. So they make a decision and then they purchase it in the most effective, efficient way, and they understand opportunity costs as it relates to that. And so I hope this video, I hope you enjoy it. If it adds value, if you need to share this with somebody because you're like, man, this finally makes sense, feel free to share this video, like it, subscribe. And without further ado, here's the next two videos talking about the true cost of paying cash. This is Better Wealth with Caleb Williams. In this video, we're going to talk about the true cost of paying cash. We're going to do that by looking at buying cars. We're also going to analyze what we mean by opportunity cost, and when someone says that we spend more money on cars than we do save for retirement, how that can actually be a true statement for many of us. So in this example, we're going to assume that we are saving $5,000 a year and that we can earn 4% on our money. We're going to look at a 30-year time period, and we're only going to look at buying one car for this example. And so you're saving your $5,000 and you're earning 4%, and in year 4, you drain the tank. You pay cash for that car. So that car is going to be a little over $20,000. It's going to be about $21,232. Now the question is, what did that car really cost you? And this is where opportunity cost comes in, because today when you bought it, it cost you $21,000. But over a 30-year period of time, asking the question compared to what, assuming that your money could earn 4%, that $21,000 car actually costed you $61,221. Because when you spent that cash, that was cash that you were never going to get back, and it could never earn for you the rest of your life. And obviously this example can be looked at a micro level every time we buy a cup of coffee. It can be to a macro level on how we pay for our house. But now let's look at someone who doesn't just buy one car, but buys 5 cars. And for this example, it's going to be a little over $100,000 worth of cars over their lifetime. So every 4 years, they pay cash for a car. And this is the example that $100,000 worth of cars really costed them $229,000, and that's a lot of money. And so how do we compare that? What if you didn't spend that cash and your money was able to save over 30 years? In this video, we're going to illustrate the power of controlled compounding, but we're going to do it by looking at 3 types of people. The first person is the debtor. The debtor goes into debt and pays back just to get back to zero, and then goes back into debt to maybe purchase a car, go to college. Constantly, they're always making up payments, and they end up paying interest. And at the end of the day, they don't really have anything to show for what they have. The saver, on the other hand, delays their gratification, saves money, then buys their car, saves money, goes to college, saves money, down payment on the house. But this person feels like they're on a treadmill, because while they're saving money, they're actually losing money, because every time they pay cash, their money is not able to continue to grow. The third person is called the wealth creator. And the wealth creator uses controlled compounding. They understand that their greatest financial need is their need for buying things. They also understand that saving money and uninterrupted compound interest takes time, and so they save their money and have it grow for the rest of their life. But then they also instead of taking their money, they use someone else's money to buy the things. So this might be the car, this might be college, this might be down payment on a house, or it could be here's an investment and here's a business opportunity. But the principle is their money continues to grow. This is an example of controlled compounding. So we want uninterrupted compound interest. We also want access and control of our money from day one. And if you look at the example, the saver, the debtor, and the wealth creator, or controlled compounding, and at the end of the day, all 3 examples, they get to buy things. But the wealth creator is the only one that actually has money that's growing in their favor, whereas the debtor is paying interest and the saver is losing interest. Thank you so much for listening to the BetterWealth podcast. It would mean the world to me if you could hit subscribe, leave a review, and share this with the people that you know and love.